Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. In this video we're going to look at eclipses by zodiac sign and how the energy of each sign shapes the way eclipses show up in your life. In the previous videos we talked about what eclipses are and why they are considered turning points rather than ordinary new moons and full moons. Eclipses are not just about temporary moods. They are often connected to events, changes and shifts that move your life in a new direction. In this video we're going to focus on how the zodiac sign of an eclipse influences the type of experience or change that takes place. Before we go sign by sign, it helps to understand how an eclipse ends up in a particular zodiac sign. In astrology, eclipses occur when the sun and moon line up near the lunar nodes, which are always located in opposite signs. Because the nodes stay in the same sign pair for about a year and a half, the eclipses that happen during that time will also fall in those same signs. For example, if the nodes are in Aries and Libra, then the eclipses will occur in Aries and Libra. This is why astrologers talk about eclipse cycles in certain signs, because for a period of time the same areas of the zodiac are activated again and again. Because eclipses occur in opposite signs, each eclipse is part of a larger cycle that involves balancing two areas of life at the same time. One side of the axis is often connected to growth or movement forward, while the other is connected to release or letting go. The sign of the eclipse does not tell you exactly what will happen, but it describes the type of energy involved and the kind of changes that may take place. As we go through each sign, keep in mind that the sign shows how the eclipse energy expresses itself, while the house placement in your birth chart shows where these changes are likely to happen, which we will cover in the next video. Because eclipses occur in opposite signs, they often involve a shift or rebalancing between two areas of life. This can sometimes feel like being pulled in two different directions, especially if both sides of the axis are active at the same time. One area of life may be asking for growth, attention, or change, while another may be reaching a point where something needs to be released or adjusted. For example, an Aries and Libra eclipse cycle may bring a shift between focusing on yourself and focusing on relationships, while a Taurus and Scorpio cycle may involve balancing stability with change or control with letting go. Rather than choosing one side over the other, eclipses often push you to find a new balance between the two, or to move away from what is no longer working so that something else can develop. This is why eclipse periods can feel intense, because they are not just about one area of life, but about how two connected areas are shifting at the same time. Eclipses in Aries tend to bring bold beginnings, independence, and shifts in identity. These are often times when you are pushed to take action or step into something new, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Aries is a fast-moving and direct sign, so these eclipses can feel sudden or urgent, bringing situations where decisions need to be made quickly. You may find yourself focusing more on your own needs, goals, or direction, especially if you have been putting others first. These eclipses often mark the start of a new chapter where you are learning to lead, act, and move forward on your own terms. Eclipses in Taurus tend to focus on stability, security, and what you value most in your life. These eclipses often bring changes related to money, resources, or anything that provides a sense of comfort and grounding. Taurus moves slowly and prefers consistency, so the shifts that happen during these eclipses may feel more gradual, but they can still be significant over time. You may be asked to reevaluate what you are holding on to and whether it still supports your long-term stability. These eclipses often highlight the balance between maintaining security and adapting to necessary changes. Eclipses in Gemini tend to bring changes related to communication, learning, and the way information is exchanged. These are often times when conversations, decisions, or new ideas play an important role in moving things forward. Gemini is a mental and fast-moving sign, so these eclipses can bring sudden insights, new perspectives, or situations that require quick thinking. You may find yourself gathering information, asking questions, or re-evaluating what you believe to be true. These eclipses often highlight the importance of clarity, communication, and staying open to new ways of thinking. Eclipses in Cancer tend to bring changes related to emotions, home, and personal life. These are often times when your inner world becomes more active, and situations connected to family, living environment, or emotional security may shift. Cancer is a deeply intuitive and sensitive sign, so these eclipses can feel more personal and emotionally significant. You may find yourself focusing on what makes you feel safe, supported, and connected, especially if something no longer feels stable. These eclipses often highlight the need to nurture yourself and create a stronger emotional foundation. Eclipses in Leo tend to bring shifts related to identity, creativity, and self-expression. These are often times when you are being asked to step forward, be seen, or take ownership of your talents and individuality. Leo is connected to confidence and recognition, so these eclipses may bring situations where attention is drawn to you in some way. You may feel a stronger desire to express yourself or pursue something that reflects who you truly are. These eclipses often mark periods where you are learning to stand out, take pride in what you create, and embrace your sense of self. Eclipses in Virgo tend to focus on work, health, and daily routines. These are often times when adjustments are needed in how you manage your responsibilities, organize your time, or take care of your well-being. Virgo is detail-oriented and practical, so these eclipses may bring attention to areas that need improvement or refinement. You may find yourself making changes to habits, schedules, or systems that are no longer working efficiently. These eclipses often highlight the importance of balance between productivity and self-care, as well as the need to create routines that support long-term stability. Eclipses in Libra tend to bring changes related to relationships, partnerships, and balance with others. These are often times when interactions with other people become more significant, and situations may arise that require compromise, adjustment, or re-evaluation. Libra is focused on harmony and connection, so these eclipses can highlight where relationships are out of balance or no longer working as they once did. You may find yourself making decisions that affect both you and someone else, rather than acting independently. These eclipses often emphasize the need to create healthier dynamics and a more balanced exchange in your relationships. Eclipses in Scorpio tend to bring deep transformation, emotional intensity, and significant endings or beginnings. These are often times when hidden matters come to the surface, or when something that has been building beneath the surface can no longer be ignored. Scorpio is associated with power, control, and change, so these eclipses can feel intense or all-consuming at times. You may find yourself facing situations that require letting go, confronting fears, or moving through a period of deep emotional change. These eclipses often mark powerful turning points where something is transformed at a fundamental level. Eclipses in Sagittarius tend to bring changes related to beliefs, perspective, and the search for meaning. These are often times when your understanding of the world expands, or when you begin to question what you previously believed to be true. Sagittarius is connected to growth, exploration, and higher learning, so these eclipses can bring opportunities for travel, education, or new experiences that broaden your outlook. You may find yourself seeking a new direction or feeling drawn toward something that offers a greater sense of purpose. These eclipses often highlight the need to move beyond limitations and explore new possibilities. Eclipses in Capricorn tend to bring changes related to structure, responsibility, and long-term goals. These are often times when career, authority, or commitments become more significant, and you may be asked to take on greater responsibility or make important decisions. Capricorn is focused on discipline and achievement, so these eclipses can highlight areas where something needs to be built, strengthened, or restructured. You may find yourself reassessing your goals or the path you are on, especially if it no longer aligns with your long-term direction. These eclipses often mark periods where you are working towards stability, success, and a stronger foundation for the future. Eclipses in Aquarius tend to bring changes related to innovation, independence, and future direction. These are often times when unexpected shifts occur, or when you feel drawn to break away from old patterns and try something different. Aquarius is associated with change, originality, and new ideas, so these eclipses can bring sudden insights or situations that push you outside of your comfort zone. You may find yourself thinking more about your role within a group, community, or larger system. These eclipses often highlight the need to embrace change, think differently, and move toward a more authentic and forward-looking path. Eclipses in Pisces tend to bring themes of release, intuition, and emotional or spiritual transformation. These are often times when something comes to an end, or when you are asked to let go of what is no longer serving you. Pisces is connected to the subconscious, healing, and surrender, so these eclipses can feel more subtle but deeply impactful over time. You may find yourself reflecting, withdrawing, or becoming more aware of your inner world and emotional patterns. These eclipses often mark periods of closure, healing, and preparation for a new beginning that has not fully taken shape yet. As you can see, each zodiac sign brings a different type of energy to an eclipse, which is why not all eclipses feel the same. The sign of the eclipse describes how the change takes place, whether it shows up through action, emotion, communication, structure, or release. Because eclipses repeat in the same signs over time, you may notice certain patterns returning, especially if something has not fully shifted yet. These repeating cycles are part of a larger process, where situations develop gradually rather than all at once. Over time, eclipses tend to move you through different phases, helping you adjust, grow, or move in a new direction. It's also important to remember that eclipses always occur in opposite sign pairs, which means they are not just affecting one area of life, but two connected areas at the same time. This is why eclipse periods can feel intense or significant, because there is often a shift happening between different priorities, responsibilities, or directions. Rather than focusing on just one side, eclipses often highlight the relationship between the two, showing where something needs to change, rebalance, or move forward. In the next video, we'll take this one step further and look at how eclipses affect your birth chart. The sign shows the type of energy involved, but the house placement shows where these changes are most likely to happen in your life. This can help explain why some eclipses feel more personal or impactful than others, depending on how they connect to your chart. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more astrology videos.